Alright, we should be live. I'll just make sure. Alright, we should be... Yep, okay, I can definitely hear
Yeah, all good.
myself.
Yeah.
I believe you're coming through as well. Unless if you just want to like fact check it just to make sure.
Yeah, I'm on now. Yeah.
Yep, okay. Alright. Might maybe need to reset it a bit.
Yeah, all good.
Alright, I'll probably lock a few things into place like that. Alright, so yeah, so if you just want to just give off like brief sort of like what's going on in the game and stuff, just as I get this set up, shouldn't be too far away.
Hey, Kev. Yeah, just no team has scored yet.
Yep. In fact, actually, I might move this over here because we're not probably gonna have. I would like to hope we don't have many audio issues. So, yeah. For those wondering too, like the setup's a bit sort of weird today. I'm using the other monitor to watch the footy off. So, if the angle's a bit weird, that's not really within my control. Yeah. And I might lock the image as well too. There you go. What's that? That's not locked. Okay. Alright, so we're about to have a shot on goal. First shot of the game.
Brisbane.
Actually I'll just have this so that's ready to go to refresh it, but yeah. You think he kicks this, surely. There you go. Because that was like, what, 35 metres out? Like, you shouldn't really be missing goals like that, to be honest.
No. Yeah, what are your thoughts on the Brisbane Clash jersey? You there?
I mean, we've got the chat open, so if he wants to pop in, he can.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, yeah. So with Brisbane kicking that goal, it's obviously 1-0, 6-0 Giants. Actually, for those who want to, put your tips in the. I mean, obviously we're a bit late here and everything like that, but
Hang on a sec. I'll be back.
yeah, but yeah, let me know your guys' tips in the comments. Who do you think is gonna win and what's the margin? And will anyone kick a bag or do anything special? Like, what's a big call that is gonna happen? Here we go. Brisbane are out now. You think they'd make an opportunity?
Also, guys, give us your Anzac Day medalist tips.
What, for this game or for Pies?
No, for Tuesday.
Yeah.
Maybe pin it to the chat. Like put Anzac Day tips or something. So when people come in, they can tell us. Like you can pin it.
Yeah. It's just that even though this is like more of a Collingwood channel than AFL channel, but because today's not Collingwood related, it's probably better if we open it up to more of an AFL look rather than a Collingwood look.
Yeah, right.
If people want to give their tips, I'm not gonna obviously stop them, but like I've got a handful that I reckon are gonna be a chance. But yeah, no, like it's yeah, because even like for me, like, I could even see some like, because like normally when it comes to Anzac Day, like the ones that normally win it aren't necessarily the ones that are like best on ground. It's the ones that are like that push through like adversity. So I can't remember what year it was, but Paddy Ryder, I want to say it was like 2009, was not even close to best on ground, but he won it because of oh yeah, I want to say no, maybe it was 09, but it was Ryder definitely won one, and it was because he stood up in a match where I think Essen had both their ruckman go down or something like that, and he wasn't a ruckman then. He obviously became a ruckman eventually, but I think that was the game where he solidified himself as a, or not solidified himself, but like the opportunity of him becoming a ruckman was more possible, because before that, I believe, and I know someone's probably going to correct me anyway, but I'm pretty sure prior to that, it was of the understanding he was going to be at least a forward or a forward ruck. Like, he wasn't going to be like a mainline, like main ruckman. So obviously, if anyone wants to say otherwise, let me know in the comments, because, you know, I'm not going to get everything right, but I'm pretty sure that was the case, so. But the point was, here we go, Toby's having a shot on goal, and gets marked by, I believe, Payne. But yeah, the point of it is that, like, sometimes when you get an Anzac Day medalist, you get a bit of a surprise, so it's not necessarily who you think, because it's more the person that wins it is the one that plays above themselves, so you sort of got to look at what's the expectations, and there's someone going to go above that. So someone like a, you know, someone like a Tron Noble would be a good option. Because, you know, if he has anything over 25 disposals, especially if he kicks a goal, like if he has a goal on 25 disposals, you know, he'd be a pretty good chance. I mean, we know Dacos is probably going to have 30 disposals, at least. And, I mean, he's probably short favourites, and, you know, he'd be favourites for a reason. Yeah, I mean, but then, yeah, you got Tom Mitchell. I mean, is Tom Mitchell going to win one? Because he's going to dish it out to DeGoey and Dacos and those types of guys. But, yeah. Jeez, it didn't take long for it to become a Collingwood chat, did it?
No. All right, Brisbane going forward.
Yeah, we've got Zach Bailey on the wing at the moment. Okay, Hipwood a chance. Nope. Bit of a scrap at the moment. and Hipwood goes to the boundary line. Alright. Looks like John's getting a defense, but for how long? Ball's on the wing here. Looks like Giants have got it.
Oh, Whitfield.
Geez, my footage is very delayed then, because Whitfield only just got it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It should be. It says it's live.
Probably just KO.
Yeah, well, they charge what, $30 for only 720p.
That's probably why I say cheap, because it's delayed, but not like half a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, Cadman. I forgot Cadman's playing. Immelberg's worth would have went up massively after his game last week.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. Actually, I might be able to have, wait, give me a second. Alright, can you check the stream to see if the KO footage, the audio is up? Coming through?
Yeah.
Can you hear any KO footage? Or any audio?
Not yet, nah. Oh, very slightly.
Alright, let me turn it up then. Alright, what about now?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, I can hear it now.
Alright, all good.
So at what stage, I mean, so again, we get back to the Joe Danaher Taylor thing, because that's the one win they've got in their half of the ground. So at what stage does Joe make a decision? And I know he's been getting up higher, and he's actually got a bit of a foot himself, which is okay. Does he go, okay, maybe today it's more about...
Alright, so there you go. So we got a little bit of audio there as well.
Yep.
Base game should be alright. That's... Yeah, alright, we should be...
The players further up the field, you've got to have a
Yep.
feel for the game. You're relying on experience. You're relying on the players to talk to each other to understand what's happening either forward of the ball or in defence. But they certainly look dangerous, Brisbane, when they move the ball a bit quicker, get it into an open forward line. And I think Charlie Cameron is that one play. If you can get him deep by himself, it's a big advantage.
Yeah, coming off a 4-goal game.
Oh, okay.
Gave it straight to Green, so they sent Green into the middle now. Try and stop the
Wasn't expecting that.
It goes inside 50 for the Giants.
What's going on there?
Really look like they've got a clear winner. Goes inside 50 for Brisbane, and there's about 6 different options that you're worried about. And they can't get any delay on it.
You're going to be blurry.
Yeah, no, the focus went to 200 for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah, just Because it's on like autofocus, so whatever it saw, it must maybe something popped up or whatever. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I tried to put my Gatorade bottle down before actually. It might have caught that and thought that's the thing I had to focus on, which would make sense because that was probably close enough to the camera to where it had to zoom in.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully your PC won't. Hopefully your PC won't freeze.
Oh, now that you've said that, it'll probably freeze in about 5
yeah.
minutes.
I think so. Yeah. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I've well and truly jinxed it.
Yeah, it should be alright in all fairness, but...
Oh wow, what a mark. Oh wow, what a mark.
You keep saying that and you're like 10 seconds in front of me.
Cadman.
Was the mark Cadman?
Cadman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try and time it though. So I don't spoil it.
Yeah.
Like when he takes the mark, I try and wait like 10 seconds.
Yeah, because when you said it, the guy that was passing the ball hadn't even like kicked the ball yet.
Yeah.
He only like just got it in his hands. Oh, actually, well, to be fair, you're only really spoiling it for me, really, because the video footage isn't up on the stream, so...
Yeah, YouTube's about 5 seconds behind as well. So...
Yeah, true. And, yeah, and Cadman's just kicked the goal, so now Giants, that was their first, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep. Alright, so that's Brisbane up by 11. But no, that's, because Cadman kicked a couple last week, didn't he?
Yeah.
Or did he only kick the one? Because I know he kicked his first goal already. I saw that during the week, which is pretty cool.
Amazing how
it was always interesting with Cadman though, because like, I mean, I know Cadman last year in his draft year he was a really good key forward, but there was nothing to me that screamed out he was like the one pick. I know obviously Giants were extremely keen and they wanted to leave it. They wanted to have like no, like basically they wanted no opportunities for anybody else to get him. So I understand the thought process and all that stuff in terms of why. Like I thought if that was the person like you want and you want to guarantee that you get that player, especially with the fact that Giants had so many picks, you know, they weren't like, you know, short of like draft picks or anything like that. So oh, there you go. Ashcroft just kicked one, so we're getting goals from all the young kids coming through.
Yeah.
But nah, he was definitely one, like, if you're looking at it from a talent point of view, I personally never thought at the very least, he never screamed to me, like, he never screamed as if he was, like, a number one pick. And not, like, literally screamed, obviously, but in the sense of, what's it called? But, like, yeah, like, for those that like were watching like the draft and things like that, you know, you would have said that Ashcroft was better, Sheasel. I mean, I still think like Wardle, like we haven't even seen Wardle yet. Like that dude, he's going to be something else when like he's ready. He might be a bit of an LDU where he might take a couple of years to get some like form, because he's currently injured at the moment, but he might be one of those guys where he might take a little bit of time. So
with Jordan Nagoi didn't around 2018 when he got drafted in 15, took him about 3 years to like
it's before he was drafted before 15. He was drafted
14, was it?
in
14, was it? Around 2018, that's when we said, "Oh, this kid's gonna be a gun." Like,
yeah, 14, because he's a year older than me. It's gonna sound really weird, but just roll with it. So the year, if I had, not that I was ever going to, obviously, but if I'd played AFL footy, I would have gone in the 2013 draft. So, but then I know the year after that was like more Degoe, and was Maynard the same year or was he another year? I think Maynard was the same year.
Same age
Um,
group. Same age group. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, oh, yeah, no, yeah, it was, yeah, because, yeah, I had someone I know basically played with Maynard, and he was in that, yeah. No, Maynard definitely was. Trying to think of where I was trying to go with it. Yeah, so that's why I know the 2013 draft was so bad, because, basically, I was, like, thinking to myself, like, if I ever had, like, you know, if I had, like, a Degoe, like, talent or whatever like that, how awesome would it have been if I was, like, similar to, like, Degoe or whatever, but,
Yeah.
because, like, yeah, if I ever had any talents equivalent to Degoe, I mean, Scharenberg, like, you can sort of just go, that's just shit luck, but yeah, Freeman, yeah, that didn't work out at all.
Freeman dogged us
Pretty much. And
you got
Gunston's now lining up.
you got a longer contract. Longer contract from St Kilda. Without playing a game. For Collingwood.
Yeah.
I mean, I get players move every year, but there has to be a dog act. Especially when the club's stood by him during his hamstring setbacks and that.
Yeah, 1000%.
What I meant about Degoe is that it took him 4 years to not break out, but to say, oh, you know, this guy's going to be a gun. He standing his ground and said, oh yeah, I'm here to play. I'm not saying he was quiet, but 2018 is when he started being damaging and being a match winner.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just me or whatever, but it seems like the audio's been different the last few minutes. I don't know if like KO have like up their audio. I don't know, maybe it's just me going crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, it just got a bit louder all of a sudden.
Unfortunately, he turned his back on that and went back to his right, and just the defence of Brisbane clogged it up. Joyce down the spine. Haynes mops it up. Changed his mind after the
Okay, maybe it's alright. Maybe I'm just bugging.
Ahead. Inside kick, little too ambitious. Bailey.
Yeah. Okay.
McCluggage. There's that Gunston spot again. So he's had a sighter from here. He's good enough to make
All right.
pass for here, Jack Gunston.
Seems a bit better now.
He's one of the really good sets
Yeah.
to goal. The Daniels turnover in the middle.
Wait, is he having a second shot, or is this the same one?
So Haynes gets burnt the other way, but it was Haynes that had made the play, and they're just hesitating a little bit. But you expect Jack Gunston to kick this. On the other side.
No. Okay, it was a second shot. Okay, I was about to say because I could have sworn like because I know I was like mucking around with like the settings and stuff, but yeah, I didn't think I didn't think that was the same set shot.
Guilty of being a little bit too conservative and not taking risks through the middle of the ground. You're right, it looked like a missed kick, so maybe he was going to Haynes, but
Yeah, and for those who are obviously liking the content as well, if you are, make sure to like and subscribe for future content too. So we'll be doing a lot of coverage in terms of AFL stuff, and especially if you guys are Collingwood supporters, make sure to subscribe, and yeah, we'll be doing content in that vein. Also, we'll be doing some coverage on video games as well too, so make sure to stay tuned for that, and I'll be starting a Let's Play series, hopefully Monday, because there's a brand new game coming out Friday that I want to do coverage of, but it's a sequel to a game, so I'll get the original game up and running on hopefully Monday and have that ready for you guys.
Is that Star Wars? Star Wars.
I was just about to say to not spoil it, but I was just about to give a hint. But yeah, well there you go. That it's a hint. It's something related with Star Wars. I was just coming up with a pun to use. I was gonna say
Luckily, we only got one viewer, so luckily we only got one. Probably Kev. So
yeah.
Probably Kev.
Yeah. I was gonna say something like, you know, regardless if the content happens or not, I'm gonna make sure to force it or something like that. I don't know.
Yep. Yep.
If you're looking at his foot, his toes are up, but he sees the ball won't bounce up to his hand, so he puts his toe down to try.
Yeah, like it was gonna be some like yeah, like even if I have to force it, I'll make sure the content comes out. Or I don't know, something like that. But yeah.
Some Manuka magic from Charlie Cameron.
That's actually something I could do, like teasing and like on my Twitter and stuff. Like if there's like a game coming up that I'm gonna do a let's play on, I could just do like a little like pun thing to like tease the audience in terms of like what I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in the same camp. I think when he jumped, he may have thought the ball was going to bounce high. He realised that it wasn't late, so he flattened his...
Did Cameron really just kick that goal?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how, but anyway.
I don't think he meant it.
Oh, that's the other thing I got to ask you. Did you get tickets to the game?
No. But actually, speaking of, that's something that I'm probably going to mention right now too. We will be live streaming Anzac Day. I did actually have an opportunity to get tickets, but they weren't necessarily like, you know, the areas I wanted to sit in. It was more mainly stuff on the wing. And that's kind of the beauty of doing content creation right now, where it's like I'm really not fussed either way if I go or not anymore to games. And if I don't go to, you know, games, I can just sit here and stream the game anyway. So, yeah, I'm also trying to get like Collingwood content out as well too. So I'm just trying to get some continuity going with that. So hopefully in time we can be a bit more, I guess, I mean obviously consistent, but I want to start getting more Collingwood content out as well too. Even if it's like discussing like the injury reports, or just something like, even maybe do some like tip videos, and everything what a normal AFL YouTuber does pretty much. But try and do a few Collingwood videos as well. So hopefully we can do all that, and then also get some video game stuff going too, because I'd imagine Sony's not too far away with the state of play, which is probably going to dictate the majority of games that are going to be coming out for the rest of the year at the very least. So
yeah. Any trailer releases like coming out?
I think I found out.
Like coming out.
Yeah, because I think I found out. I think his name's Tony Todd. He was the dude that voices Venom.
Yeah.
So, for those that don't know or that aren't aware, basically Spider-Man's pretty much coming out in September. Not that that's shocking, because those that are aware that probably would know that was probably going to happen anyway, because the last main one came out in September. So, but apparently there's going to be a whole advertisement campaign in August. But that's coming from the voice actor of Venom. So I'm wondering, would Marvel tell him about the Venom stuff, or would he do the Venom stuff, or would they tell him about the Venom stuff and everything else, or would it just be the Venom stuff? So my guess is that maybe it might be a thing of it gets showcased in June as well, because they kind of have to. But then they'll do like a second trailer just before the game comes out in August, and they'll show off Venom. That's basically my guess. But then again, now that that's all leaked out, they might change their whole plans now. And they might flip it to say that it's coming, like the whole Venom stuff might come out in June. So, anyway, we'll find out soon enough. But no, there's definitely, Sony should have a fair few games in development at the moment, because they've been way too quiet than they've normally been. Because we haven't even had really that many games come out that have been like decent from at least many story games, so it's really only been remakes, and that's really about it. And that's not even like first party stuff. Like first party stuff like that I can think of. I mean, it's not even first party, but Forspoken's probably the first game that's really come out that's close to first party, but that's not even first party though. So that's Square Enix. No, is this Square Enix? Final Fantasy. Yeah, Final Fantasy Square Enix. Oh, I don't know if you heard the news about that team, Tom, but they released Forspoken, and the game was literally so bad, they literally imploded the studio. They literally made one game, and they're like, yeah, nah, fam, get out of our building. Like, Jesus. Like, it's actually, because I don't have the game, so obviously I can't speak too much of it, obviously, but I've seen like some footage of it, and it I don't know if it's like, yeah, like it's very average from some of the footage I've seen, but yeah, it's pretty telling when like you make one game in the studio, and then the company that's publishing the game goes, nah, fam, that ain't it.
Yeah.
So they basically imploded the studio, and all the people. So they basically imploded the studio, and then all the people that worked at that studio, they've now separated into separate Square Enix's studios. So I guess the good part of the story is the fact that everyone kept their jobs, as they just moved to another studio. But now that studio that made Forspoken doesn't exist anymore, or isn't going to. Like they're in the process of not making that studio exist, pretty much. But yeah, no, that's crazy. You make one game, it's like, nah, fam, that's it, you're done. Like, Jesus.
Well, apparently the teams aren't out tonight. The teams aren't the extended squad. It's the extended squad.
Extended squad's on it tonight.
Nah.
Has to be out tomorrow then, because don't they got to give 48 hours?
Yeah. No, they give 48 hours for the they give final team. Final team.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah, so like we got to know at least 48 hours, so that's basically tomorrow. But then maybe they're just not going to do an extended squad. They'll probably just do a straight 23. Or not 23. They'll do what's it? 20? Is it 25? 26?
Yeah. 26. Yeah. 26.
Yeah.
Because they usually do. It's 3 days before for the extended bench, and then 2 days for the final team, and then 2 days for the final team. So
I don't think they care about the extended bench. It's more the final team, because it's it's mainly because the reason why they do it's mainly for places like Tab or Sportsbet. They demand for basically every sport they cover, they expect to know the full lineup 48 hours out before the event starts. I believe they can also fine the AF, because I believe they can even fine the AFL if they don't actually do it. I think it's like within a contract or something. So, like, if you don't let... Which I think then the AFL then probably puts it to the club, as the club pays the fine. But it's like if you... So, if you're... it makes it difficult for a Tuesday for timelines, but, like, if you don't put out your team on a Thursday and you're playing, say, Saturday afternoon... I think it's like... I want to say it's like a 10 grand fine or something like that, but I could be wrong. But, no, that's for...
Because I thought that they'd done it Monday night.
Betting
The final
agencies.
team that they'd done it Monday night. The final team. Yeah. Is Peter
Yeah, but that's for, like,
Peter,
betting agencies
Peter,
like
and
Tab and...
Peter. That's
Yeah, so,
they're not going to worry about the
that's for
extended
the
bench.
agencies,
I
so
don't think
they
they'll worry
know.
about the extended bench. Yeah, I think.
When it's left this late, I don't think so, no.
Nah. Nah. Yeah, betting agencies require 2 days, I think it is. Require 2 days, I think it is. Oh, at least 2 days, because it's usually at least 2 days, because it's usually because the extended the final teams come out Friday. The Sunday games come out Friday. The Sunday games.
You need a lot of skill. He certainly knew that it came off his boot. He was just hoping it went through the big sticks. Lynchy's right. He will say he meant it.
Lynchy, your thoughts?
Oh, absolutely. I just spoke to him then, and he reckons absolutely he tried to do that. He might try another one later in the game. So, what I wanted to focus on, we've spoken through the first quarter about Harris Andrews, and indeed his season so far is getting back to some numbers like his.
If you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to put them in. Also, as well, if you haven't already, make sure to like the content if you have, and yeah, make sure to subscribe for future content as well.
Yep. Yep.
If they don't do that, Harris Andrews has got to go to the key forward, then he can't do his
Yeah, we're about to get the second quarter underway. You got any predictions for anything for this second quarter, Tom?
I think Brisbane will run away with it. But I mean, this ground's been pretty shit so far. I reckon tonight's game will be close.
What's tonight again? Geelong, Sydney, isn't it?
Yeah, Geelong, Sydney. Yeah.
Yeah. Geez, the umpire nearly marked that one.
Yeah.
Hogan ran under it. Payne outread him. And he hits a pretty good spot with the kick of the Haynes. Outread them. So
I think you can see the disappointment on Hogan's face, but you just got to keep your head in the game. You can't drop off. Let the opposition know that you're disappointed.
Callahan.
He's got to get aggressive though, Jesse, doesn't he? You've got to take that pretty personally to think, hey, I know I'm the conduit. I've got to be the one. They don't have to mark, but I can't be outmarked. And already 4 times his opponent's taken a mark. So cop that personally. Contest, compete.
Kelly. Hogan this time muscles his way into the contest at least. McInerney, Flynn. Coleman. Didn't look, but knew.
Alright.
Playing in front, Buckley.
That's enough, like that. If Toby Green's
I mean, Giants are. I mean, I know scoreboard says that they're up by 19 points,
Haynes on the run.
but they're actually. I do think Giants are holding up fairly well, all things considered.
And keep it alive and gain another 30 or so. Hogan, clever.
Oh, here we go.
Wasn't really on the same page. Green was. Daniels. Neal. McCluggage. Bailey. Missed his target. Saw Berry get a touch, but it's been turned over to Haynes again. To Buckley. To Kelly. To Haynes. Back inside 50.
Jeez.
Haynes is having a good game.
Jeez.
Knock on, okay. Pedling collects it. Wheels around. Spins on 9.
Oh, great smother.
Might work. O'Halloran gets his moment.
He has a good second effort, wasn't it, by Coleman? Lost his footing, bounced back up, affected the smother. Where O'Halloran just needs to go back, settle himself. Sensational. Just great when you see a player on the deck just throw himself on a boot. shoots into the side of the screen. Where did he come from?
To get some momentum back for his.
Alright, here we go. O'Halloran's gonna have a shot on goal. Jeez,
Good
that
kick.
looks decent actually. He's got it.
Kick.
Good goal. Alright, that's what, a 2-goal, pretty much a 2-goal lead. Sorry, no, trailing by 2 goals, sorry.
Be able to go on that counter-attack, so bring the ball to ground and then just make it up. Be a little bit of
I didn't watch too much of the Fremantle game last night actually, but yeah, I don't think they were that great.
Nah, it was shit. Nah, it was shit.
You're right, he didn't realise it was being called a mark. But that's all they need to do. Make it a little bit messy. It's not going to be that beautiful inside 50 game for them tonight. They've come up against a really good defence. They've been allowed to have a spare.
Well, I'd like to hope so, because right now they're playing like a side that's, you know, in the probably bottom 6, bottom 4, so if you're not better than them, then yeah, lesser than that, so you would think that you would beat them.
He just hasn't got any purchase on those already. Kicks, which isn't giving them time to settle and get set up.
Rich hits wide. Great grab. Dunkley under some heat there. Kick not so good. Toe poke from Ash.
Oh, that might be deliberate. Oh, thank God.
Taking big marks or kicking big gut. They're little wins here. You've stopped them inside your half. You've got a stoppage inside the Giants' half, and you reset.
Flynn been competing well against McInerney in the ruck as well. Works his way to the front. Double-handed pat down, hoping for Kelly. McCluggage, Wilmot.
Jeez, Wilmot did very well there.
In the Danaher direction, too wide.
So hold their own from a clearance point of view. 13 apiece at the moment. So they've got no fear about clearances. Happy to get to a stoppage and reset and go again.
So this is the transition we're talking about. Just they've got to keep finding those little kicks and keep taking.
How many points did Paul win by in the end? Do we know?
For them so far.
You like 30
Because
plus,
that
I think.
turned out to be a
Over 30.
smashing in the end,
Like
wasn't
30
it?
plus, I think. 40 over 30. 40 points. 40
Over 30.
40 points. West Coast did it right. I mean, they got West Coast did a lot of injuries, but they got
Yeah.
a lot of injuries, but
Had some good touches and found some
40.
I mean, you got to be, yeah.
109 to 69.
Yeah.
Cornelio looks inside. He's got a couple of options. One of them hiding. Couldn't reach it. Goes back, gets it, gets one high.
He's got some news straight away.
It's almost a professional.
The thing with West Coast is they haven't got a lot of young talent, so their list is the list is still fairly old. List is still fairly old. So you wouldn't really consider them in a rebuild just yet.
How was that high free kick? Not
just yet.
Yeah. No, sorry about that because I only just saw it. I don't know if you saw that last like high free kick, but how was that? How was that not anything that Jack did last year?
Yeah.
So are they now paying those free kicks? Because I thought it was because it wasn't. Didn't they put in a rule if you make first contact with the shoulder, then you can like hit the neck or whatever? Because that was exactly what that play just did, and he got a high free kick for it.
Oh, Rusco's out for the VFL side, so you can guarantee him. Kruger's out too. So you can guarantee him. Kruger's out too. And Wilson's in for the VFL team. And Finn's playing, so I'm guessing Finn didn't get picked.
Finn might be like a emergency then, so he might be
Maybe
sub.
a sub, yeah.
Or unless if they go Bianco, because I mean Bianco's been emergency.
Alan
for a
and
few
Bianco
weeks now.
are in the team. But at least we got some players back.
Is it
Back
on the
Will
Collingwood
Kelly's
website?
playing back. Kelly's playing back. Hey?
Is it on the Collingwood website?
Nah, Jen posted it. On Twitter. Will Kelly's playing
okay, it's on
defense.
Twitter.
Ben
Just
Silvani's
like-
back in defense.
Like right now?
Silvani's back in. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they can always change those last minute too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hasn't scored this quarter. Flynn waited for it to bounce so he could go and collect it. Neil.
Ben Silvani's playing. He's back in. Silvani's playing. He's back in.
Big ball to win back.
I mean, mate, we'll take someone off the street at this point. We ain't got nobody.
Yeah. all our depth is in the AFL team, most of it AFL team. So, from a tall from the tall players' point of view, because we've got hardly Adam Adams, we've got hardly any midfield injuries.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why someone like an Ashwin, like you'd think Ashwin would be playing like, even Petrick. I mean,
where's Jake
I mean,
Long?
I know he's only a kid and he's only 18. Oh, Jake Long's injured. He did a hamstring in round 2.
Yep.
If it wasn't round 2, it was round 3. But yeah, I mean, not Ben Long, Jake Long. Even Jake Long's a big out too. Like,
Yeah.
So Riley Valanis, he's got a gig. Ed Delaney, I think is that. Wait, was that the Ed Delaney from North Melbourne? Or am I bugging on that?
Oh, I don't really remember him, but his last name rings a bell.
Yeah.
You could see he was in a rush to move the ball on, but he just didn't have the numbers forward of the ball. But that kick from Kelly, so you speak about under pressure compared to the one.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at the team right now. So you got Kelly, Silvani, Jeddah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Then you got Lockie Tadru, Harry Flynn, Cam Belaine, and then Bianco, McRae, Allen. That's a decent midfield line, especially for AFL
Carmichael.
standard. Sorry,
Harvey
VFL
Harrison,
standard.
Carmichael. Yeah, Finn centre. Yeah.
And then Merle,
Finn
Harrison,
centre,
Vivian Blackmore, Moore. Who's, not half bad either. Sam Glover, Reef, and Tom Wilson. Yeah, I mean, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's still, it's still not great.
Still got like Markov, Hoskin Elliott.
Instead of how I said
AJ, Hoskin Elliott.
Yeah. Instead of how I was saying earlier that we were going to lose by 200 in a tweet the other day, we'll only lose by about 85.
Yeah. Midfield's decent though. Like, still fairly strong for VFL. Still fairly VFL's team. VFL's team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of them are coming back. To be fair, I mean, you got Draper. You got Draper and Beck coming back next week. That's going to boost the VFL a fair bit.
Richard
you got
is
your
3-4
explosive
weeks.
mid, and then you got your
Richard
ruckman.
is 3-4 weeks.
3-4 weeks? No, isn't he out for like 6? Well, he was like
might
round
be
10 or something,
Grade.
wasn't he? Oh yeah, we're in
might be
round
like
6
Grade.
at the moment. Yeah, okay, no, my bad. Oh, I hated how it's just like, the year goes so quick. So you think like people are like so far gone when it comes to injuries?
Yeah.
Ashcroft rolled beautifully in the tackle by Ward.
They're invested though. The Giants are invested. They're going to have to work really, really hard because there's got a fair bit of quality in there.
Oh, apparently Darcy Cameron's not wearing a knee brace at the moment.
Flynn.
Good sign.
That's right.
Got a piece of it. Ward scrambled. Hogan caught behind Payne, who's caught himself. Gets the kick wide and a great grab taken.
Because what was his return? Around 9 or 10 or something like that?
Back to lend a hand.
No, 10 to 12 I think it was. So...
Yeah. I think it was the North Melbourne game. It was either the Carlton game or the North game. It was either the Carlton game or the North game. I reckon Carlton game he'll be back. I reckon Carlton game he'll be back.
So what's it, round 6? So what's our next 6 looking like? Because in the 6 rounds we should have, you know...
You mean game-wise?
Yeah, because we should probably have the majority of our players back in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, not majority, but, you know, a fair few.
Yeah. Next week we'll get Murphy and Adams, and then we'll get...
Do we have a tough draw?
And then we'll get Cox. We got Crows, Sydney, Giants.
I reckon Cox is really touch and go for Adelaide, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, but I'd actually rather rest Cox and even play Begg in the seniors against Adelaide.
Yep. Yep.
It's helped them maintain the footy, and now, as we said earlier, they've been absolutely obliterated from a contested point of view. If they can add a clunk or two, then the 12-point margin, it's not insurmountable by any stretch. They're having a crack. Their forward half work's been a lot better. Their willingness to work hard. Now they need a bit more of that.
Yeah, not as many Greens in Canberra as some would like. Tom Green unable to take his spot in the Giants team this afternoon, but Toby...
Maybe they put Will Kelly on the wing. Maybe they put Will Kelly just to try something new, I guess. But because he's back in defence. Because he's back in defence.
Yeah.
Maybe because we got Bianco and Ed Allen. Maybe because we got Bianco and as well. Maybe during the intra-club games he just played wing. Maybe during the intra-club games he just played wing. Just like try it out or something.
Well, I think early on he should just play like sort of a wing, half back, half forward role, because that's the thing. Like when you're at his age, like you can't really be doing too much. When it comes to like, because like if you want like a long career and you want to be looked after, you can't take. I mean, you can take contact, like, as long as you can't take contact. But the more contact you take early on at a younger age, sets you up worse later on in your career. That's why we're having Nick Dacos a half-back. We can play him as a rover. There's nothing stopping us from playing him as a rover. But it's going to come to a team where a team is going to be physical with him, and if they're if he has enough physical games... He's then going to get to... Like, he's going to look like Patrick Cripps, like what he did after his, 5th, 6th year. Where he's going to be taped up and all that shit because he's going to have that many damn injuries he's going to be carrying. You might as well take your time and, like, ease him into the game, playing him off half-back and have him play in the middle, because it's just dumb doing it any other way. That's why even with, like, Brisbane, like, I don't know why Brisbane are playing Ashcroft, like, in the middle. Like, sure, he's going to be a great inside mid when he's ready and all that stuff, but, like... And, you know, maybe even make him go in there, but maybe, like, do, like, a bit of, like... Make him, like, a part-time mid. Like... But, you know... But no, like, when it comes to, like, Ashcroft, like... I just don't understand how, you can't, like... Because, I mean, like, every club's going to have their own tactics and how they do it, but...
Yeah.
You know, why set the kid up to be brutally... Well, not brutally, but, you know, but physically be tested every single week. And tested in a way where... You know, only senior bodies can handle that physical pressure. Like, why... Oh, here we go, another goal for the Giants. But, yeah, like, why test that when, like, you can just have them off half back? You know what I mean? Like...
Yep. But I can see our VFL
so many people, even though it's such a...
VFL team.
Yeah. Because
Good goal.
even with like Dacos, like so many people give him so much shit because it's like they see him get a couple disposals as he gets a handball receive on the outside. It's like, but he actually does both. If you actually watch his contested possessions, I can't remember what was it, the Brisbane game. He had like 16 contested possessions. So it's not like he's not winning the hard ball, but he's just also getting it on the outside as well. So, I'm all for having, you know, legitimate debates on like players and all that stuff, but there's just certain people out there that just don't have any football IQ whatsoever, but they expect to have the right opinions, and it just I can't fathom that. Like, I really can't.
Yeah.
Where people go, oh, but Nick Dacos isn't any good because he can't win a hard ball. It's like, then how the hell did he get his 16 possessions in 16 contested possessions? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. He's got the most contested possessions out of all the defenders. He's got the most contested possessions out of all the defenders.
Well, he's got the, what was it? There was a stat that came out the other week where he's averaging 29.3 possessions in terms of effective disposal. So basically he averages 29.3 disposals that basically hit a target. Yet the next best in the competition is like 25 or something like that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not getting just like 29 disposals. That's getting 29 disposals and hitting the target. So like, yeah, you have your guys that get the ball and they get large disposal counts. But not only does Nick Dacos do that, but like he'll have a disposal efficiency of like 85%. Or 85, even 90% sometimes. Like, it's very rare you get players that do both. But normally you have one but not the other.
Oh, do you know that Harry Flynn that plays for our VFL team? Harry Flynn that plays for our VFL team.
Yeah.
Apparently he played for a cricket team in Ringwood.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that definitely rings a bell.
It's his first game. It's his first game.
For the Collingwood VFL side, yeah, no, that definitely rings a bell. I might, yeah, if I'm ever down there, I might maybe ask some questions and things like that. Cause that name definitely rings a bell. Wait, so how did you know that?
Just Sam Edmund tweeted that. Wait, was it Sam Edmund?
He played.
Paul
cricket.
Sam Edmund. Oh no, Jen retweeted it.
Oh, okay.
Jen retweeted it.
So yeah, no, because Harry Flynn, that rings a bell. Yeah, maybe it could be because of Ringwood. Maybe that's why I know the name.
He's one of the best defenders in the comp and just went off the boil last year, but he's back in a big way, Dano, this year. His numbers are huge.
Yeah, you don't know who's playing with a slight injury, playing at 80%, 75% sometimes, but he looks in full flight.
The flu wasn't going around, Kev. It was just people just had symptoms and then were told to go home. That's all it was.
Alright, I gotta go for probably half an hour or so. I'll be out of the party, but I should be back soon, hopefully. All good?
Yeah, Kev, if you want to hop in.
All good?
Yeah, all good.
Just leave the party open because I should be back soon. Just leave the party open because I should be back soon.
Yeah, no, I'll just leave. Okay, there you go, he's gone.
So when in doubt, whack it up there.
And he does whack it up there. Rayner's going to go up from 14. Amazing. He was late to the cue, but he had his name on the door.
Great mark, but the rich kick, he just nursed it about 50 metres. He only needed another 5 metres to have a shot at goal, but terrific line to mark the ball. He came from the side, Rayner, so he's pretty much unattended.
Alright, so Brisbane are about to have a shot on goal. Rayner is going to kick this. Oh, this actually might be alright.
And the finish.
Yeah, it looks like he's kicked it.
Some breathing space.
Giants are making a pretty good effort out of this, to be fair. I know Brisbane have kicked a couple goals now, but... Well, sorry, they've got a 2-goal lead, but... They're making a fair effort of this.
It doesn't necessarily did some nice work off the ball, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's Danaher and it's Hipwood that has to be doing it. We know Rayner's a capable mark. McCarthy's taken a contested mark. Cameron's taken 2. And Danaher's taken 1 as well. So this is where they're really dangerous. And the upside for this man's enormous.
That's a difficult thing about playing on a so-called small. I didn't think he was going to jump, but you need to know the strengths of your direct opposition. And that man can certainly jump and take a mark in the air. You've just got to fly with him.
Alright, here we go. Giants have the ball now.
Last 5 goals, and here we go again.
As they're driving forward. Oh, they're going to have a shot here? Oh, geez, that's been sprayed a fair bit.
The guy to give it to.
Decision makers are so important in footy, aren't they? I mean, the first hand at that clearance there, I would say 70% are just blaze away by foot. But they saw Toby Green forward of the ball. Should have got a much better result, the Giants, for that.
Andrews wide to McInerney. Flynn there. Haynes, third man up. That's his forte. Himmelberg's forward. Cameron's forward. Himmelberg lets it through his grasp. And McKenna, well, he considered rushing it through. Keeps it alive. And Dunkley happy to take it out.
28 inside 50s Brisbane, 26 to the GWS Giants. So they're getting a good look at it. The fence has been under some pressure.
Good crowd in here in Canberra. Sun setting on a beautiful afternoon. Himmelberg. Peedling. Gets away from McCluggage. It's a pretty good spot with the kick. Green, who often can make something out of nothing. Ward goes up one way, Andrews the other. Coleman gets it away. Flynn, Hipwood. Ashcroft, but he turned it over. Callahan. Gone for a fourth there, Halloran.
Yeah, if you still need Kev, just hop in whenever you're free.
Open space ahead.
Alright, we got Danaher on the wing, kicks it long.
Joe heads into the Cameron space.
It's got Cameron. Oh, Iden's done pretty well there.
He couldn't quite kill it.
Hipwood
Clever.
to Danaher somehow.
Been really smart.
Has marked it on the 50-metre line, so he'll probably kick from about 55, 60.
Able to read the incoming.
Probably 55.
I reckon this quarter he's been working from 50 to 80, and he's been taking marks, he's been involved. It's meant that Taylor can't be that intercept presence really deep. He's had to come up about 50 to 60 metres out. I give credit to Joe Danaher for working his way through this.
And this within his repertoire as well. Arcs out on the left a little, and
Oh, that looks decent, actually.
that's a work.
That's a goal.
He thinks he's got it. The Lions think he's got it. Let's see what the umpire thinks here.
I believe it's a goal. Please make sure the ball doesn't touch it. Score review. Umpire's call is a goal.
Umpire thinks he's got it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a goal.
The reviewer might think he's got it as well.
Yep. No, a certain goal. He kicks his best when he's further out, but I think you're right, Gaz. I think when he's closer to the person with the ball, we're going to go with a goal here, so it's a relatively short review.
Goal stands.
Yeah, so when he's a full kick away, Taylor can really manipulate that contact.
There we go. Brisbane have gotten a goal out of that.
Anywhere between 20 and 30 metres from the ball carrier, Taylor see it unfold here. That's the Danaher kick to Cameron. Ida did a good job one-on-one, but then no one collects him after that. Great vision by Hipwood.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good from Danaher because he actually started that chain at half back there.
I think it's a great step forward for Joe. I think he's worked his way through this. You talk about footy smarts. He's had 6 possessions in the second quarter. 5 of them have been outside forward 50. So he's put the ball inside 54 times himself. So, hey, if you get beaten early, then go to plan B. Yep. And his plan B is to take Taylor away from where he's most comfortable, go to where he's been comfortable, and he's turned the tables on one of the great defenders in the comp.
The Lions have kicked the last 2 goals this game. Green grabbed. So Giants with the clearance. Toby Green told to go. Sits it up in hope. Hogan's there to make a contest and causes the spill. Big pack around it. A big 2.5 minutes coming up to half time. Starcevic thought about the toe poke. Midfield told it wasn't the
Well, here we go.
Takes on Bailey and shook him. And hits a good spot. Himmelberg's got 4 to beat down there.
Oh, who's there? Payne.
Yeah, I mean, he had time and space to look.
Geez, Payne's definitely improved over the last couple of years.
He's a good ball user. You've got to be better going inside forward 50 than that. It's just a really silly kick.
Joyce. Hyden's going to have to go. Does. Hit it with a fist coming. Knocked it to Ash. Stolen back by Rayner.
Brisbane doing well here.
Wilmot.
Oh, is that Dunkley? Alright, GWS have it now.
Wanted to go inside. He's got Kelly outside. He's had his own Sharon. And rolls that beautifully to Buckley. He's kept control of it. Kelly again. Bangs it towards half forward to 2 on 2. Good contest from Hogan. Green wraps up Andrews.
It looked like he went the fend on.
Yeah, you're not calling that holding the ball.
Executed really the perfect tackle.
19 points was the margin at quarter time, and it's 19 again now after the Giants started this term the better of the 2 teams. And insufficient intent.
I think he had a good read on the game. He's probably trying to kick it to himself then to be able to run on. He's just unlucky with the bounce. It may as well be last touch now, Dwayne.
Might as well be. Rich, long, and grab from Buckley. And aggressive inside to Callahan. They can have the last roll of the dice. Whitfield.
Oh, come on. Again, Payne.
And now the Lions away in space.
He's making such a big difference in this game.
A little bit too much air in that handball. Angwin knew where it was going.
Wilmot.
McCarthy mops up his little mess. Stolen back by Taylor. Couldn't complete the pick-off mark. Hipwood rides him a little. Rayner. Danaher with a flick on. Nicely done. McCluggage.
Oh, here we go. Brisbane. McCluggage about to pass it to someone inside 450. What a shocking kick, though. Well done, Callahan. That's a great tackle.
G'day, mate. G'day, mate.
Yeah. Hey.
Brilliant effort. You're right. He was 1v3.
You can hear me, yeah?
The right decision, but then he had to execute.
You can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, I can hear.
That's all good. Been one of the states, mate, to be fair. That's all good. Been one of the states, mate, to be fair.
Good chance here for the Giants just to take the remaining seconds off the clock.
Yeah, McCluggage had an absolute shocking entry inside 450 just then if you're watching the game.
Rather than knock it out to a teammate in space. Read it well. Down the line with the kick. Big pack around it. Hogan. And if he starts to mark in the air and find it a bit, it changes the fortunes of the Giants again this week, as it did last
Yeah, so what's that? 19 points, half time.
Manuka Oval in
You still think Brisbane will be too strong, but Giants are putting up a good fight, at least at the moment.
9-5. 59
It reminded me of the game today, like between Quail and West Coast. Just listening to that, like between Quail and West Coast, throughout the whole game, it was like pretty close. I think at one point, during the game as well, like it was like a 6-goal lead. In the second quarter, but the first goal was pretty. And then if West Coast kicked a lot straighter, then they probably would have won, or at least be closer to where they were. And the new guy that was playing for Queensland today kicked two out in the full. Finally kicked his first goal today, which was good. But yeah, I'm probably like not surprised.
Yeah, that was
By the way, like,
I'm trying to think of the dude's name. Lord? Something Lord?
Yeah.
Was that who it was?
I'm pretty sure it was him. Yeah.
Ollie Lord, I think it was.
I'm pretty sure it was him. Yeah. Ollie Lord, 1 goal 1. Yeah. Ollie Lord, 1 goal 1. Oh, he's had 5 scoring involvements in his first game. That's pretty good. At least he's kicked the goal. That's always crucial. And Horn Francis had 13 disposals today. But then, like, Rosie killed it, 29, Drew 25, Butters 25. Butters 25.
Yep. So, do we want to go into the whole... Because I feel like you've got something to say about Horn Francis. You want to go into that topic?
Well, I don't hate the guy. I'm certainly not a hater. I still think he's got to be a bit more consistent, but I think that will come as when he plays like more footy and that. He did do an interview, I think it was today or something. He did do an interview about the whole, like, he understands why North Melbourne, the way that they felt about him leaving, but he doesn't know why he's getting booed from opposition fans. And I think it's something to do with like the way he handles himself, and I think that could be an issue. But on
You
a
don't think it has
personal note,
anything to do with anything else?
on a personal note as well, the booing.
Like, you don't think it has anything to do with, like, Kane Corns or the media itself? Like, you don't think it has anything to do with that?
I think it's got to do with everything. I think the expectations, the way that he's handled it. Kane Corns has backed away from it. And he did admit that, you know, at the start he was, but that now that he's more understanding, it was just like, well, I think as well, and David King's hit the nail on the head. Last year he was lazy. Last year he was having to go in his teammates and abuse him. And I think because of the way that he gave up at times, and I think Taron Thomas took up the same treatment. To be fair, I don't agree with the way that North Melbourne have handled him.
Do you know how long Taron Thomas has been in the... But do you know how... Do you know how long Taron Thomas has been in the system, though, Kev?
4 or 5 years or something.
So, do you think that would be fair to put that on a kid that's only just started his second year?
Well, he came home for family reasons. So I think, you know, the way that Tim Kelly handled himself.
What's that got to do with him being consistent?
I think he needs. I think he needs to be a bit more consistent. I think I want to see him. Oh, what's the right word? I want to see him. Oh, what's the right word? Not all about the stats, but it's all about like. Not all about the
But how many
the pressure.
actually, no, I'll put it to you like this.
The tackling the pressure.
Actually, I'll put it to you like this. How many players right now that have played either their second year or first year that would you say are consistent?
Dacos.
Okay, that's one. Anybody else?
Harry Sheasel. At the moment, he's doing pretty good at North.
So you think he's been consistent?
Yeah. I say he's been a consistent first year. Yeah. I think Will Ashcroft is going to get
so that's two. Anybody else?
I think Will Ashcroft is going to get what about, not John
Would you say that he's consistent?
What about, not John Newcomb, the other...
Would you say that Ashcroft has been consistent?
I don't think he was. I think he's probably starting to get.
Kev, it's either yes or no question.
Probably starting to get.
It's a yes or no question. Is he consistent?
I say no. I'll say no.
Okay, is there anyone else you would claim that's consistent?
I'll say no. Only because... What about that? Oh, what's his name from Hawthorn? What about that? Oh, what's his name from Hawthorn? The one that I picked up in the mid-season draft.
John Newcomb.
Yeah, him. He's been consistent.
Okay, anybody else?
Sam Welsh. He was consistent. He's consistent. He was consistent. He's consistent.
Sam Walsh has played more than 2 years, Kev. In fact, even Newcomb, I think, has played more than 2 years.
But he was good in his first 2 years, wasn't he?
Let me get...
but he was good in his first 2 years.
But that's not what the topic that we have at the moment. You're saying that Horne-Francis isn't consistent, so I'm then telling you, for players that have had in the last 2 years, so the last draft that happened and the draft before, tell me how many players have been consistent. And so far, you've given me Dacos, you've given me Sheasel, and then you've given me Jai Newcomb. And I don't. And actually, just let me get this up first. Debut 2021. So yeah, he wasn't even in that draft either. He was the mid-season before that first draft. So you can't even put him there. So is there anyone else you would consider consistent?
What about Matthias? What about Philippou? Philippou.
You would say he's been consistent.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Luke Davis. Oh, no, I was going to say Luke Davis Jr., but he's played more than a couple seasons.
He's been in more than 2 years. you know, it's okay to say that there aren't any others.
I'm just trying to
Because
look
if you're
to
taking
see
this
who
long,
has.
clearly you're struggling to think of others.
I'm just trying to look to see who has. Well, I reckon. And this is just an opinion. And this is just an opinion. But I think Caleb's wrong. Even though he's played more than a few years, but I reckon he was a consistent player. Even though he's played more than when he first got drafted.
Then that's not the argument. The argument is within 2 years who's been consistent. So if Caleb Sarong has been in the system for more than 2 years, he doesn't count.
Then DeConnie?
Pretty sure he's been in for more than 2 years. But I'll check that.
You pick 2019 draft.
2019, yeah.
2019 draft.
Yeah, so this would be his 3rd year, so no, that doesn't count.
No, I can't say Nick Blakey. What about...
Nick Blakey's been in the system for like 6 years, Kev.
What about... Yeah, I was going to say. Now, not Logan McDonald. Eric Goulden. Goulden's another one. Logan McDonald. Eric Goulden. Goulden's another one. Eric Goulden. It doesn't say what draft he was in.
I'm pretty sure he's more than 2, but I'll check that. Yep, he's more than 2.
Oh, bummer.
So basically what my point is that you're saying, like, you're basically criticizing Horne-Francis for a career where he hasn't even played 2 full seasons yet. You're claiming he hasn't had any consistency yet. I then say, well, if you're gonna say that, then who in his category in terms of age group or younger has done the same thing or has been consistent? And so far, all you've given me is Nick Dacos, which, yes, you can probably say he's been pretty consistent.
Harry Sheezel's
I'm trying to think of the other dude you gave. Sheezel, I mean, yeah, so far he has been consistent. Then you gave John Newcomb, who wasn't even within 2 years, and, you know, so that doesn't count. And
what about Connor McDonald?
Golden doesn't even count, and Matthias Philippou, and then Matthias Philippou, who he's been consistent to a point, but he hasn't been at a consistent level in terms of like standing out. So even
what about Connor McDonald?
I mean, if you want to stretch it, sure, he can be in that category. But that's only 3 players that you've literally mentioned. Connor McDonald from Hawthorn.
Yeah.
But basically the whole entire point of the whole entire thing is to say that okay, yeah, you can use Connor McDonald because that's 2021.
What about
oh no, wait. Yeah, no, you can use Connor McDonald.
What about the other guy from
But
Hawthorn?
still, the point is that you're basically criticizing. The point is that you're basically criticizing a kid over being consistent when kids aren't. That's why they're kids. They're trying to learn. They're trying to develop their game. So to sit there and say that he's not consistent enough, that's not setting the right expectations because he's still a kid. Like if I look up Horne-Francis' age right now, I believe he's what 19.
Yeah.
He is 19 years old. He's not going to be 20 till June. So he hasn't even
But there was
he hasn't
one
even
player-
been out. So he hasn't even experienced
But there was one
what it's
player-
like to not even be a teenager yet. So to put him to the standard of what 24, 25, 26-year-olds are at the moment, at the very least, like, that's not a fair expectation on him.
I do think he will get there. I do think he will. I'm saying that right now. I think he will. But having said that, when you are the number one draft pick and you're best in that competition, and the way that he's handled the situation, handled himself, and yeah, maybe to a certain extent as well. Highlighting some of the things that he was doing. Wrong. And I think David King's right.
Here's a quick question for you then, Kev.
I think David King's right when it comes with.
Here's a question for you. So,
What's that?
in terms of Horn Francis, he's been in the competition for 2 years. What are you expecting him to do? Because this kid's gonna have a career where he's probably gonna play for 15 years. So, in his first 2 years, what do you want out of it?
Isn't he?
Like, what do you expect him to do within his first 2 years?
To have about, well, I would say to average about 15 when he disposals a game and at least lay like a few tackles, and he was good against the Bulldogs. Especially in that last quarter, he was so good in the way that he played in that last quarter. Like, he didn't have the best of games up until that point, but that last quarter, that was his best quarter. And if he can get to that level and play, and in that level week in, week out, yeah, you're going to have your inconsistency and that sort of thing. But if he can get to that level and play like he did in that last quarter, when the game was on the line, and when the team needed it, yeah, he's going to win more games than he loses. And I think he'll get there. And I think he's second one with in the point line in the midfield. He's got Butters, got Rosie, got Folk. Who's the other one? Dersma, I think. Who's the other one? Dersma, I think. Yeah, like I do think that we're going to see.
So what's your whole point out of all
yeah,
this?
like I do think that we're going to see him being. My point is the way that he handled himself at North Melbourne. I thought that was pretty poor. The way that he handled himself, and I do agree with the criticism with that point. And I do agree with the criticism. People are gonna have his. Again, the person that wrote down, I'm just a hater on Twitter. No. I'm not a hater at all. But what I've seen from arrogance in the way, like I'm the best player, blah blah, playing Stanford. I just think that if you're going to be the number one pick, you're always going to get.
Can you bring up an article or any evidence of him? Kev, can you bring up an article or then any evidence stating that he said that he was one of the best players? Because that statement that you just made, he never has said anything like that. So unless if you have any evidence of him saying that he thinks that he is the best player in the comp, you can't be using things like that.
If he was in the same draft as Nick Dacos.
Okay, but at what point did he say he was the best player in the comp? Or the best player the best player out of anything, or even in the sample what you just said? And in fact, the third quarter is about to start. I'll get the audio up.
To start this season, second half underway. Flynn and McInerney.
So, you know, the fact that, you know, you've literally just like misquoted him because he never said anything like that.
And a bigger pack forms around this ball up.
So, like, yeah, again, like, he's a 19-year-old kid. Hasn't even played. I mean, has he played 20 games yet, even? Like, there's absolutely no reason to go as hard as you have on him at this point. So, I don't know why you are. And Brisbane's just key to goal.
Yeah, that was that quick kick from a stoppage, and Charlie Cameron just made a really smart decision. I mean, he is that player that can fly in the air and jump on heads, but he realised he wasn't in a dominant position, so he stayed on the ground. And his direct opponent,
So, do you think Horn Francis has been consistent?
kick from Zorko, and we just see there the corner of the screen. Iden just lost contact with him. Brisbane still had the ball, so it wasn't GWS's ball. You couldn't then.
No, I don't think so. But I do think he'll get there. I don't think so. But I do think he'll get there.
Okay, so how is that any different to any other 19-year-old in the competition right now?
Well, the players I reckon that's going to be like really good. The players is Harry Cecil, Connor McDonald. He's definitely going to be a gun. McDonald. Definitely going to be a gun.
He doesn't have to be the best player in the comp, Kev. As long as he's doing his role in Port Adelaide and Port Adelaide are happy with him, why does he need to do anything more than that? And please don't say that because he's the number 1 pick.
Because he was the best player in the sample when he got picked up. He was the best player. Because the only reason why Nick Dacos wasn't number 1 is because we had COVID and there wasn't much footy for 2 years. Because we had COVID and there wasn't much footy for 2 years.
So you don't think he was worthy of pick 1?
No, I don't think he. I think Nick Dacos should have got picked. No, I don't think he. I think Nick Dacos. Because I believe Nick Dacos is the best player.
So if he wasn't going to go pick 1,
Nick Dacos is the best.
Hear my question here, Kev. If he wasn't going to be pick 1, where would you have picked him up in the draft?
Pick 2 or 3.
Would you have had him in the second round?
No, I have him in the first round. But I'll have him like pick 2 or pick 3. But I'll have him like pick 2 or pick 3.
So how would your draft? So how would have your draft went if you had to do the top 3?
Also, let me. Also, let me.
From one end to the other, maybe they looked at this and said, "All right, here's a chance to really get at it." But this here from Rayner, the pick up and then just a shove off on Toby Green, and then a great kick from O'Connor. I think he's a really good addition. Connor McKenna rather.
Okay, so I would have gone.
Charlie kicks another goal. Scores of 30 points of difference.
I would have gone. I would have gone. Nick Dacos number 1. I would have gone. Jason Horne-Francis number 2. Matt Andrews number 3. 4 Josh Shelley. He's been great for the Crows so far. 4 definitely been a player. Crows so far.
Who?
I would have gone for Josh.
Who was pick 4?
I would have gone for Nick Dacos, Jason
No,
Horne-Francis.
who did you say was pick 4?
Nick Dacos, Jason Horne-Francis,
handball received.
Josh Shelley, I said.
Haynes through
Josh
scrums.
Shelley, I said.
Mops it up.
Yeah, it's Joshua Shelley. You said
Jacobs,
another
Jason
name.
Hall,
But
Francis,
anyway.
Mac Andrew.
But who is your
Shelley.
pick 3?
Nick Jacobs, Jason Hall, Francis, Mac Andrew. Mac Andrew.
Really slow play, so they got a lot of numbers back then.
Mac Andrew.
So Mac Andrew, you thought was going to go pick 3?
Josh Shelley's pick 4.
No. So I want you to tell me why Mac Andrew was worthy of pick 3 in your mind.
Wide of the wing. Andrews, big fist. Whitfield read it.
Just
Inside hand off to Cornelio.
I think he's just
Forward to Kelly.
going to be a good. I think he's a really good player. I think he'll be a good player for the Gold Coast Suns for a really 12 years. I think he'll be a player for the Gold Coast Suns for. And
What position does Mac Andrew play?
Just punching the ball back into your body.
And he defends that ability. Pretty sure.
It was fortuitous. The
Defense.
was predictable.
Pretty sure.
The fist came from Andrew.
Are you guessing or do you know?
Whitfield and Cornelio to get back through.
I would say he's a defender. That would be my guess.
Is he a small defender, Kev?
I would say he's a defender. That would be my guess.
Would you say that he's a small defender?
Took a huge grab.
Medium defender?
Dying stages against Hawthorn. Kicked the goal.
Medium defender?
And then the match.
How tall is he, Kev?
On the goal line in defence. He blasts that goalward and posts.
Would you think he's 195 centimeters?
Actually, Todd Marshall's
Or would you think he's 185, 175? What do you reckon his height is?
He's over 200 centimeters. He's over 200 centimeters.
So why would you say he's a medium defender?
Right, he's a key defender. So I got that one wrong. Right, he's a key defender. He's a lot taller than what I... So I got that one wrong. Definitely a key defender.
2-on-2.
He's a lot taller than what I...
The fist.
Definitely a key defender.
Flicks that up somehow.
So how could he be top 3 if you don't even know who he is?
Again,
Well, another Gold Coast Suns picked him up.
gave it to Daniels.
Well, another Gold Coast Suns picked him up.
Well, if anyone came from
Well, yeah, I mean, a quick Google search will tell you that. And also watching the draft night, which I'm pretty sure you did as well, would tell
Yeah,
you
I
that.
did.
So,
Yeah, I did. No, because
how do
was
you
watching
not
it.
know Mac Andrew then?
No, because I was watching it. I haven't seen him played as much. He's playing in the VFL. So unless they're trying to develop him a little. But I do think that. But I do. Out of the 5, I wouldn't have Sam Darcy's pick 2. Out of the 5, I wouldn't have Sam Darcy's pick 2.
You wouldn't have
I
had
think-
Sam Darcy at pick 2.
No, I would have Jason Hall Francis as pick 2. Day plus number 1. I would have.
What
Jason
pick would you
Hall
have Sam
Francis as
Darcy?
pick 2. Day plus number 1.
What pick would you have had Sam Darcy at?
Okay.
Well, I think you know your natural ball flight too. Yeah. So he's a left
Okay.
right ball flight.
Number 8.
It's a lot easier on that side
Yeah.
than it would be the other side. So he had unbelievable confidence. So you
Is that right? Pick 8.
rely on a bit of brilliance.
Yeah, pick 8.
Is there any first round pick that happened in that draft that you thought wasn't worthy of a first round pick?
Game high 30-point margin, so just really significant they had to get back. So they get the centre bounce. There's been some opportunities from centre bounce today.
recall.
Like, was there a first round pick that you thought that they were worthy of a second round instead?
Flung in the air. Flynn. Back and Ernie.
Broccoli.
Leo.
Still in broccoli.
As soon as he grabbed it, he was
Mars, is that how you say it?
wise.
Still in. Not Jeremy, the other one.
Who?
Not Jeremy, the other one. Neil in Mars.
Cornelio.
RASN.
A miss from Fremantle.
No, not a miss.
And then he thought about what he was going to do with it.
Imams. Not Easmes. Neil Imams.
Erasmus.
Yeah, that's Erasmus. Yeah.
Neil Erasmus.
Oh mate, I can't even pronounce the word.
Yeah, but he was a late
I can't even pronounce
first
the
round
word.
kid.
Back to half forward. Taylor.
Oh, you know who should
Well, this is
have
why,
been.
like, you know, you
Oh, you know who should have been in the top 10 in that draft. In the top 10
what's
in
up?
that draft.
30 metres, forcing them back.
Jesse Motlop.
Good scoop up by Angwin, and now Buckley.
Jesse Motlop. He's gonna be a star, mate.
Jesse Motlop should have been a top 10 pick.
He's gonna be a star, mate.
Cornelio.
Yeah.
Ash.
Gentlemen. What?
Got it in the hands of a good user.
Dinner? Gentlemen. What? Alright, coming. Alright, I'm just gonna have something to eat. I'll be back. Alright, coming. Alright, I'm just gonna have something to eat. I'll be back.
Yep.
So I'll just leave the party. I'll keep an eye on the theme. So I'll just leave the party. I'll keep an eye on the. Also,
Yep.
too.
It's
Do
all
you
good.
know?
Just go off
Do you
and
know
have
when
dinner.
our lineups come out? Do you know? Do you know when our lineups come out?
I don't
For
know.
Tuesdays.
Hands on it. Starcevic barrel. Got the kick
For
away.
Tuesdays.
Big ball to win. Whitfield does win it. Got it to O'Halloran.
Right. Bye, mate. I'll be back.
Didn't try hard enough. One of
Right. Bye, mate. I'll be back.
holding it in. There you go.
Yep.
So team free kick. Berry to Danaher. Bailey lets it slip. Opens up for Cabman. Kelly.
I reckon Sam Taylor might have done his hamstring here, boys, too,
Alright.
which would be the worst.
Alright, so obviously we got Giants on 48, Brisbane on 71, so we've got a 23-point lead at the moment, so yeah, Giants I mean, it's kind of expected the fact that the Giants are sort of like where they are at the moment, but I still feel like, given that Brisbane is such a good side, Brisbane are putting on a bit of pressure that the Giants are actually holding up pretty well too, so which is good.
Cameron was lurking at the back.
Well, they were one down, see, so you can just see Angwin there running in. But this is a big story. This is a massive story. We talked about
Is that Sam Taylor? Has he done a hamstring?
his form as a defender has been, it's been off the charts, Dwayno. And people that measure these things say we haven't seen too many defenders.
No, that sucks.
He's an intercept marking freak.
McCluggage. Hyden. He's got a big job now. And as you mentioned, it didn't look like a slight hammy either. It looked like a big one.
No, he knew he ended up on the ground. He got up. He then tried to jog as if to say, was that a cramp? And then as soon as he went into the slowest of jogs, he just put his hand in the air and said, I'm off here. So horrible news for the Giants.
Yeah, that sucks.
The flick down.
Hopefully he's only here for a couple of weeks, but yeah.
Shrugged, dropped it. And Charlie Cameron can line up again for number 5.
Just kept busy in the tackle, didn't he, Cameron?
And he could threaten the goals record here at Manuka Oval, which is 7. This is for number 5. Stewie Lowe, 7 goals too.
Yeah, big buckets. He'll be watching right. What a superstar he was. But that's a long-standing record. When's that back to?
2001. In the meantime, Charlie for number 5. He made the goal up by Dance, but he squeezed it home.
There we go. Alright, bro, Jesus. Brisbane's got another goal, so that's 77 now. So 12 goals 5 to 7 goals 6. But yeah, if you guys have any questions in the chat, feel free to put them in, as I'll answer them when I see them. And yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to like the content as well. And if you want to subscribe for future content, we'll be getting some more content out when it's ready, and I might be making a comeback through content through video games and stuff like that, so make sure to tune in for that stuff. hopefully I'll put the video game stuff out Monday, and then obviously the football content I'll just try and get out whenever I can.
See that 10 marks to 5 inside forward 50. This is the danger period for the Giants.
From the ball up, they've sent Toby Green into the middle to stop the rot. McInerney, a little roller. Iden. McCarthy. Rayner should get there, does get there.
Yeah, that's a solid mark there.
Big trouble now for the Giants. Here's the pocket. Cameron.
There you go.
A big number here. He kicked 6 against Collingwood early this season. Kicked 4 last week against North Melbourne.
How many has Cameron got this week? Oh, I don't even want to move off that actually.
Takes a deep breath, bends it around.
He's got it.
For number 6.
Oh, he's kicked 6. Jesus.
The old country road record would be worn out by now. I think there's sections of the crowd are trying to get it going themselves. Lynchy might be able to tell us. He'll be chasing up news on Sam Taylor, but
Look at that lead.
There you go.
again, there's numbers in
Gunson's kicked 2, and then a whole bunch of singles. Oh, I mean, O'Halloran's kicked 3, Toby Green 2, and everyone else's
they are well served.
kick singles.
This Brisbane side, and right now they got the Giants where they want them.
As you'd suspect, Gaz, there has been a sub made. Adam Kennedy has come into the game, and that star defender down back with that hamstring injury is out. So that's bad news for the GWS Giants, especially as things aren't going well. So Sam Taylor out with a hamstring injury.
Terrific news that for the Giants to add to the fact they're in a 35-point hole right now. And was that high? It was. McCarthy's free.
A little bit unfortunate for Toby Green as McCarthy slipped, but you're right, here they go again, go forward.
Alright, here we go. We got,
Charlie Cameron's on the bench, so who steps up now?
God, who was that?
Passes it long.
Alright, into Brisbane's forward line. Oh, it was Zach Bailey. Looks like he's about to kick another. There you go. He's got 1. Is that 2?
For game 100
Yep.
for Zach Bailey.
Jeez, Zach Bailey got 100 games already.
To push forward from a free kick, so centre bounce goes up.
Jeez, that didn't take long.
So you really ask questions of the Giants' defence. It's all about picking the right time, so big contest here, so they don't get outmarked. The ball stays in close. Bailey gets front and centre, and once again, like the Gunston, just was able to pick that little gap towards goal.
Let's
Classic
go.
finisher.
Jack Bailey should have marked it. Let's put that on the record. They've been inside 56 times.
Yeah, 100 games. Jeez.
So,
It feels like he's only been around for like 3 years.
because his young team's just they've been rocked here. They've been rocked.
But clearly, if he's played 100 games, he's obviously been there for longer. Maybe he might have had a couple of years in the VFL.
To try and stop the rot, but I don't even think he's going to be able to help them here.
Or at least in the reserves comp.
Toe poke in his direction, and he's quick to play on to Dunkley. They can smell some blood now. Berry.
9-2 clearances this quarter. It's just all over the ground here.
Zorko heads out wide. Back to Dunkley, who's fed forward. Sends it to the goal square.
Come on.
McCarthy got up. Wilmot kicked the ripper last week. Twist and turn. The Lion on the line. He couldn't, could he? He goes with a central kick.
Nah.
Green scrambles.
Surely at that point, you gotta just have the shot. I mean, you've already like danced through like so many people.
Adam Kingsley, he knows what they're facing at the moment.
Rouston just kicked it, hoping there would be someone there, but it was all Lions. So, Coleman, Berry, and now a hard tackle on Cumming. Deja vu this for the Giants. Lions beat them here last year by 40 points. 41 points the margin now. It was 15 goals to 9 last year. 14 to 7 right now, and Adam Kingsley has some work to do. Rich hits a good spot with that roller. Iden.
Oh, come on, Iden.
McCarthy.
Nah.
The boundary, a win for the Giants.
Well, it looks like Himmelberg's the player that's gone behind the ball. Just to be that extra spare defender to try and stop and help out.
Adam Kingsley up out of his chair. coming off a win last week. The Giants coming from behind to beat the Hawks by 2 points in a thriller. This is a big mountain to climb now. Flynn, Danaher.
Oh, here we go.
So Toby Green to manufacture something against the grain. He knew he had nothing on. He floats it out wide to Cadman. Not a bad option. Cadman was
Cadman's done it right here.
there as well. Andrews, pocket picked.
Oh, he's got it. Get around it. Jesus, that's a great goal.
I mean, it was a really clever kick by Toby Green. As soon as he looked up, he knew that Harris Andrews was the deepest forward. So then you had to rely on runners that were in and around where Toby Green was. A little bit of
There you go. That's 2 for Daniels.
Andrews, and initially Harris Andrews actually did okay. So you see here, so he looks up, he sees the spare Brisbane defence, so he's just got to try and make something up. Cadman was the player that he targeted, and then Daniels was the next player.
Yeah, Cadman did really well there. And then, yeah, Daniels with the finish.
In a play that they didn't look likely to score, so to come out of that with a goal.
The split second, he had a split second, Toby Green. The kick is phenomenal, really, because when he kicked...
It's set up so nicely.
Surely you saw Harris Andrews and everything else it was, but out the corner of his eye, he realised that Cadman was there. It was magical.
There you go.
Keeps them alive. Flynn knocks it down. Kelly, a clearance. High to half forward.
Come on, Giants, let's go.
With the fist. Perryman just rolled it through the traffic. Toby Green starring the midfield, goes forward now to try and steal them another. Zorko, McKenna. Chip kick is good. Danaher just holds it up.
A really good kick. Just releases all the pressure. Now they can really go about sort of being methodical and...
Oh, what? Who is he trying to kick that to?
I think he's on Lockie Whitfield at the moment, Joe Danaher. That's telling you what's off the matchup they've got.
All part of his grand plan. And he barrels one inside 50. Gunston down there with Iden. Iden clever.
Yeah, good Iden.
And he takes on Gunston. Back towards the wing. They've got a bit of a spurt here, the Giants. Andrews holds it up.
Yeah, Gaz, Danaher's in the ruck at the moment, so just pushing up the field and playing a little bit behind the ball as well.
All-time premiership line. Alistair Lynch downstairs for us. Ashcroft. Joyce.
Well, the big boy, Flynn's got to be the one that gets in the way then, if that's the case. Because they've been...
I don't know why I'm yawning so much.
Back half, so he needs to stand up tall here.
Himmelberg stalking it. Couldn't get the jump, and he nearly marked it anyway. He wraps up Hipwood carefully.
And in that situation, that's where Danaher's very dangerous. So he started behind the balls, pushed forward, and he's got the opposition ruckman trying to defend him. So it's a great time for Danaher to be very dangerous in the forward half.
Cornelio.
Oh,
Great attack from
oh, Jesus.
See how well they work together now. That's the other thing. It's all good and well having potential to exploit a decimated...
That looked high though. How's that? Was that holding the ball there?
Zorko to Neal. Giants filling all the holes. Pulls the kick. Hipwood tried to flick on. It nearly worked. Himmelberg spilled it and then went and got it. Kelly gave it up to Rouston.
Just kind of surprised he didn't give away a free kick for sliding in there.
That's the challenge, isn't it? You try and stop the scoring at one end, yet you can't transition the ball because you've got to go past the Brisbane spare.
Zorko.
So this looks like it's going to be the last 5 minutes spent in Brisbane's half.
McKenna. Himmelberg.
Oh, here we go, Arden.
Couldn't get the jump at it. Coming. Himmelberg tries to get it out of there.
Oh, jeez, come on. Get out of there. Good.
Did well to Cornelio. Back to Ward. Open space on the wing. Daniels. He took the step. Floats the kick wide.
Come on, Cadman.
Had to wait an eternity, but he had the time and the poise to Green.
Yeah, jeez.
They worked their way through that really well.
He chips the kick to the pocket. That's delightful.
Yes. Daniel's going for his third now. He's, yeah, because he kicked the last goal, didn't he? At least the last Giants goal.
So that little bit of slower ball movement, sideways to go forward.
You need also players with the courage to run. He was one of them.
Yeah.
He was involved in up on the wing. Cadman got some separation.
Just kick one from this pocket.
He's got it.
Kick 2 in a row.
Jeez, good on him.
The Giants.
It was pretty courageous because they are under the pump and they're under all sorts of pressure, and you've got to just screw it up here and just work yourself into the ground. So if you're prepared to work hard and push through, then you might find some space the other way. And you see Daniels there running down centre wing here at the moment. So he was the player that took it on half back, ran past Joyce, ran past Berry, ends up getting the kick in the pocket. That's the work rate. So you go, you outnumber, you got to be prepared to run.
Because you do catch defences off their game, and on that occasion it was probably McKenna that you can really criticise in not looking where the ball was coming from, not looking at the potential options. You're right off the back of some really hard work rate.
Himmelberg contests it with McInerney, and he goes back to get Kelly's ball. Did he drop into a high ball?
Well, I thought he was unlucky not to get the high free kick.
Yeah,
actually.
Jesus, that should definitely been a free kick to Himmelberg there.
He floats that a bit. Rayners forward. One grab. Haynes sport the party. Kelly again.
Good kick. Come on, market. Yes, let's go.
From Himmelberg. Landed like a butterfly, goes long. Hogan for 3 in a row.
Just character building for the Giants.
Yeah, it's good work.
The odds, it's really good to watch. So they're winning the ball in the back.
Alright, Hogan's about to line up for goal.
With an outnumber and being one down, they're running the length of the field, going from one end to the other and getting good looks. It's a really good sign for Adam Kingsley.
To pull this margin back to 23 points. Against all odds.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. Is that,
Things that
yeah, it's 66 now.
goals and you get the ability to go back to the middle of the ground. It doesn't allow you to get a spare behind the ball. So if you win those critical contests at the start, you can see they're forward of the ball. They're equal now because they haven't had time to get that spare player behind the ball. Himmelberg was that player. I mean, that was a brilliant kick. Firstly, to win that one-on-one contest, that really important contest. But then to go, then to realise you've got one-on-ones forward of the ball. Hogan's a terrific one-on-one player. They've changed the momentum of this game, so now they can probably let go of that spare in defence, equalise 4 of the ball. They really maximise that momentum.
Brisbane 6 inside 50s for 5 goals, Geordie. They're now 13 inside 50s for 5 goals.
Yep.
So they stopped the bleeding here, the Giants.
So the Lions kicked 3 in a row, and the Giants have responded with 3 in a row of their own. A big free kick there.
Alright, here we go. So what is the difference? 23 points. Yeah, geez, if Giants can get one more goal here, this might be pretty interesting.
Heads in the hip with direction. Ball knocked down McCarthy.
Just can't let obviously Brisbane get a goal here.
Touch play on, but it's in the pocket to Gunston. And
Come on, hold the ball.
took on the tackler. Had an eternity.
I think he was looking for the boundary line, but he just couldn't drag himself over.
Edge of the seat staff at the moment.
Yeah, these are the ones where if you're on players like Cameron and McCarthy, you're really just hoping they don't get the ball in their hands.
Hipwood tried the double-handed pat down. Ashcroft, sneaky chance.
Oh, come on.
Rich, the collect was great. McCluggage, not the required, touched anyway.
Yes, let's go.
Breaks through with it to Whitfield. Dragged down. Awesome.
Oh, he got rid of it. Thank God.
Himmelberg. So some fortune for the Giants as Cornelio looks up. Not a lot for him to go to. Heads into the Cadman space, and he had a player there, so that's okay.
But he also had players probably back on his left on the inside that they could chain out and.
Jeez, Cadman's gonna be a freak when he's older.
I mean, I know they want to go wide from defence, but right
Because I mean, you can even just like look at how he's, you know, gonna get bigger and stronger. Like, I mean, is he gonna be like a Cameron type? Like, jeez, he probably might be actually low key. I mean, he's definitely got the build and height. Just got to get a bit of bulk and a bit of strength going, and yeah, God, he's gonna be really good.
good to Whitfield. Caught by McCarthy. No prior. Kelly another squeeze kick. Rayner found some space where there wasn't a lot. Buckley has been brilliant. Got his arms free. To Cumming. Well, he spends that wisely. A bullet pass to Rouston. And Harry to the pocket nicely to Green. Give it to your best player. See what he can do with it.
Even Toby can't kick it from here, but they're winning the ball back in their half.
He sits it up high. Hogan's down there. Cadman's down there. Big spoil into space. Perryman.
The run and carry from the back half in this last 10 minutes
Ah.
would be thrilling. Adam Kingsley, it just says to the rest of the hey,
Geez, Kelly's on 31 disposals already.
Question of Brisbane and their ability to get through the line and score goals from the back half. It's got all the trademarks of a little tsunami building.
Chris Fagan's working that chewy like Adam Kingsley was working the stress ball earlier. Gunston stands in the hole. Haynes content to kill it with 43 seconds left to three-quarter time. So the margin was 19 at quarter time, 19 at half time. It's 22 now.
They've kicked 4 goals from stoppage lines, and the Giants have kicked 4 goals from turnover. So once it gets to the outside, they're off and going.
Himmelberg, McInerney. McInerney won it, but then rolled it back towards the boundary.
So they want a stoppage game here. You heard Chris Fagan. We want it in tight. We want contested. They've kicked 4.
Alright, so there's 35 seconds left.
Giants now want to get it back and run.
Hopefully Giants can get a goal out of this, because that'll make it, what's that, 16 points?
The last 12, 15 minutes.
Time enough for either team to transition it from this ball in. Good tackle from Peatling. Holds it in.
Canelio 10 this quarter. Kelly 9. Daniel Richards at 8. Zorko 6.
Himmelberg and McInerney with the reach to Perryman. Through the traffic. To Peatling. To half forward.
Oh, come on.
Under it. Hogan the jump.
Come on, Hogan.
Not quite. Zorko, nice collect.
Oh,
Rich. Back towards the wing. Himmelberg couldn't complete the deal. Ash.
oh, surprised there wasn't a free kick there.
5 seconds left.
Oh, ball! Got him!
Take him on. Dangerous tackle.
Now this is one we can look at. I think Lachie Neale could
He's gone too. He's gone. That's probably a 2-weeker actually.
This is where we don't want to get to.
So three-quarter time here, and the stage is set in Canberra for a ripper.
That's probably a 2-weeker, because like the fact that,
The Giants don't have the
I mean, I don't want to say he did that on purpose, but like that action, the fact that he literally went up and then straight back down, like that's a really dangerous. That's a really dangerous action. Yeah, war. I reckon that's. I don't think it's as bad as what we think it is, but I reckon that's 2 weeks. Like it just looked really bad. But hopefully he only gets the 1. But I mean, we know he's gonna get at least a week. All right, I'm gonna have about a 20-second break. I'm just gonna go and do something real quick, and I'll be back. All right. I'll be back real soon, guys. All right, see ya.
Australia's greatest online golf sale is on now at GolfBox, with massive savings on golf's biggest brands, and at these prices stocks won't last. Plus fast free delivery Australia-wide, so don't miss out. Shop now at golfbox.com.au.
Menulog's got a finger-licking good deal for you. Right now, you can score a free Zinger Burger with any KFC Burger Box meal delivered. Hurry, order now exclusively on Menulog.
Why do we always say we're doing nothing special just because it's not a special occasion? Dinner with my best mates? Nothing special. Oh, watching a movie with my soulmate? Nothing special. Having dinner with the family who I'd literally die for? You know, nothing special. I mean, come on people, what could be more special than this?
Oh, you're still my special girl.
Thanks, actress who's playing my nan. McCain, there's something special about nothing special.
Giants led by 19 points at quarter time, and it's been an even game since then. 3 times the Giants have got within a kick, haven't been able to bridge the gap. They've not led all evening, the Giants, but they are within touching distance with a quarter to play. 10-7-67 to 14-5-89.
The tackle is always going to be a contentious issue. First look at this one, my initial reaction was that I thought Lockie...
Alright, I'm back. Base came up. Hey, there we go.
And you can make the case that say the legs are wrapped up and he's been taken to ground, his head hits the ground.
Alright, what do we reckon is going to happen in the fourth quarter? Do we reckon Giants can seal it? Put it in the comments.
The person being tackled, you need to keep your feet busy to try and fight through the tackle. I think I look at that and I think Lockie Neal accepted the tackle, which then contributed to him being easy to be slammed on the ground. So the responsibility clearly lies with the tackler, but in that instance, I think Lockie Neal contributed to the force of his head hitting the ground.
I've got to get to Lynchy, but I thought he's almost stopped Cal Ward, and then anyway, we'll wait and see, and we'll leave it up to those who have to make the decisions. This discussion will go on all throughout today, tomorrow, and probably Monday. Let's go down to Alistair Lynch.
Thanks, Gaz. There was a few decisions went against the GWS Giants. There was even a holding the ball decision that ended up as a goal, and there was no one tackling the player. But the bad news for Sam Taylor is his right hamstring has got a bad tear in it. He was subbed out of the game early in the third quarter after chasing.
Alright, what's everybody's thoughts going into the fourth quarter? Do we reckon Giants will get up? Do we reckon Brisbane will hold the lead? Isn't Brisbane really bad with fourth quarter leads though? So this actually might be interesting. 4 goals definitely isn't too many, that's for sure.
Everything at Brisbane, you take the game on, risk losing by more, but give yourself a chance to win.
Ward gets the kick away. Good attack from O'Halloran, who started in the first half. Good central kick as well. Green on the one-handed attempt, and was he jumped on? Umpire said no. In the scramble, Lyons is on, so the sub has been brought on for the Brisbane Lions. His second game of the year, Jared Lyons.
It just gives them more midfield depth with Dunkley going to Kelly.
So fresh man, he couldn't quite pick it up there. Neal to McInerney. And he got plenty on that. Buckley, Danaher, Buckley, Danaher. Joe from just inside the arc.
Or is he going to kick that? Nah. Jeez.
Worked into some space, so if you got the touch, you're able to kick just over the top of the goal square, and Cameron could run onto it, but not to be.
Ash.
I mean, you'd think Brisbane would win it from here, but yeah, if they definitely lose, that's definitely something that they'll bring up during the week. That's for sure.
Pointed down the line and kicks down the line. Hogan, the man he's after, got hands on it, couldn't mark it. Kelly, who's been brilliant. Through the traffic, Perryman. After O'Halloran trying to squeeze
Oh,
it.
come on. Yes.
Whitfield.
We got it? Yeah.
Neal. And Cameron was held. Or did he hold?
Too high, I think the umpire said.
Okay.
The push off was fine.
Interesting, okay.
Spot on, Geordie. So the sub.
Yeah, because if the umpire gave Cameron the free kick, that would have been game over for sure.
Kick 6. Probably a good idea to get a fresh man on him. Whitfield.
This is where they're doing some really aggressive work from the back half here for the Giants. And you'd expect a response.
Gee, that was close.
You'd expect a response from Brisbane. This is a really good footy side. They would have had a look at that last 10 minutes.
Danaher pokes it. Cameron palmed it.
He was lucky. I think it was Kennedy on that occasion. Direct match up with Cameron, just let him go.
Flynn goes solo. Danaher didn't jump at it.
Brisbane will be happy with this, just contest after contest, and try and keep it in tight. Suck as much time out of the clock as you possibly can.
Oh.
Almost missed his shoe. Whitfield.
Good. Oh, Jesus.
And got away with it. Ash throws that. Got away with it. Zorko plays for the free. They got away with it. Cameron plays for the Sharon for number 7. Some more Manuka honey from Charlie Cameron.
There you go. 7 goals for Cameron. Might even get 8 here, actually.
Kick the cat. The record's in trouble. He's got his 7th. He's on fire. The little champ. He's been sensational. Oh, I don't know what's going on with Lockie Whitfield. It's hard to imagine such a talented footballer being low on confidence, but started to second guess himself. He started to handball, then didn't. The ball flopped up. They could have probably given a couple of frees. So the Brisbane Lions get the first goal of the last quarter, which is really important, and it goes to this man, Charlie Cameron.
But even the broken tackle from Cornelio here, he just pushed him, didn't even tackle, just didn't get a shoulder in. You see there Charlie Cameron just counting up the goals. He might run out of fingers. He might need to use his toes, Dwayne.
Been a while since someone's kicked 10 or 11. He's got...
I reckon he's easily got it. I mean, if he could kick another 3 this quarter if he wanted to.
Levels it up with Stewie Lowe, who kicked 7 here. Lines straight down the spine.
He could kick 10.
And the mark to Hipwood. Joe went flying.
You did suspect at some stage that these boys would have to start to assert some aerial... Well, they asserted aerial dominance early in the game. The contested mark situation was crazy. It was 9-1 at one stage, now 14-6. Joe Danaher, I'm not sure whether this was a set play, but Joe took all the attention. Everyone was looking at Joe, and the ball flipped over the back, and Eric didn't even have to leave the ground.
Bit of talk earlier this season, they didn't have their chemistry going. Hipwood, Danaher, Cameron. Last week they had it rolling.
Was that a goal? Yeah, he's got it.
Super response. They kicked the first 3 goals of the first quarter. They kicked the first 2 of the third quarter. They've now kicked the first 2 of the fourth quarter when they'd been challenged in the back half of the third quarter. So this is a really good footy team, Geordie. I think they've got a lot of talent. They've got a lot of upside. The challenge coming, they've responded.
And this was the mix up with the defenders, with Taylor going down. Idens had to go to Hipwood. Usually a player that stays on the ground. He's had a bad night on Charlie Cameron. Now he's got to go to Hipwood and play on a much taller opponent. They just got sucked into the contest. Now they're back out to a healthy lead.
All right.
35 points and at breaking strain again, the Giants.
You see there Joey Danaher going further up the field to try and isolate Hipwood deep.
McInerney and Flynn. Cornelio. Green. Good scoop up on Perriman.
Oh, come on.
Angwin, centering kick. Front spot was Hogan, couldn't frap it. Back to Angwin, shoots it up, back to Hogan. Kelly.
Go on, kick it.
Brilliant afternoon at the office. His kick half smothered. Touch play on as you heard. Ball up.
Thought he was about to call Mark there. Oh man, wouldn't that have been scenes?
Nice by the umpire to help Toby Green up.
Hogan, McInerney, Green. Lines. Zorko. Angwin gets up and almost takes the mark. Out to Ash. Feeds the handball back to go forward. Cornelio.
Now what is that?
Coleman kills it with a fist.
Dwayne, you touched on earlier, Jared Lyons subbed into the game. Darragh Joyce has been the one subbed out. Doesn't appear to be any injury concerns, probably similar to last week. Lyons come in late against North Melbourne and made a real impact, so he'll be happy to be back in for his second game.
Thanks, Lynchy. Daniels lays a tackle.
They've got good coverage. You've got Jack Payne just sitting in the goal square on his own at the moment. Harry Himmelberg probably should go down and get a 2-on-3 happening because even Toby Green's going to struggle against Payne and Starcevic. So they won't mind this. As we said, they had some clearance dominance in the third quarter. It was when the ball got to the outside they looked most vulnerable.
Zorko trying to keep it rolling. Lines.
Ooh, someone was slow to get up. No, he's up.
Laser tackle searches for the umpire to get the call. And Adam Kingsley still working that stress ball. And his team's at breaking strain at the moment. Kennedy pursues it. Charlie Horan his hammer. Charlie Cameron stalks it. Oh, he left it behind.
Oh.
Goes back and gets it. Feeds it to Zorko. He's got a couple of options. Long Rayner, the main one that he wants. Was a third grab. The second one was off his nose. They collected it back again.
Charlie worries opponents to the ground. Yeah. He doesn't even do anything, just worries them to the ground. And Kennedy's come off the bench. It's very hard to do when you've sat there for the best part of 3 quarters and come onto the hottest player on the ground. But
Alright, Rainey's about to have a set shot. Probably just over 50, I'd imagine. So we'll see how he goes here.
And we saw a couple of fumbles there just to reinforce the temperatures plummeting down to 12 degrees and it's like wet weather football would be due.
Rayner. 2 goals last week.
Oh, that's a good hit. No, but it's to a contest.
Through a couple of sets of knuckles. Nicely collected by Angwin. The 1-2. Perryman.
Oh, yep.
Nicely delivered to Kennedy. Fresh legs. Has a bounce on the dewy turf. Did well. Lynch the handle over the top.
Jeez, he was taken out.
From Peedling. Wilmot cuts him down. Hogan's up. Got it.
So there's been some signs. I know Adam Kingsley, he'd be looking at this going, is he? Look at 35 points. It's
I don't know who cleaned up Kennedy before, but geez, that was actually a fair hit, that.
Ball movement there is what they're trying to achieve. And in the process of doing this, they're going to turn it over a bit, get hit back the other way. But in the second half, it's looked pretty dangerous.
It was a little iffy in front of goal last week, Jesse Hogan. But he drills that to keep them alive.
So, Geordie, Gerard Healy was the one that coined the phrase with this orange tsunami, and he's been an aggressive coach, Adam Kingsley, from the moment. He comes from the Richmond. This is it, from the background. Okay, not perfect handball, but you still keep the ball moving forward.
I think that's the key. I think when they were criticised, especially in the first half, they were handballing and not really going anywhere. But if they can take the ball forward, and it was really good.
Yeah, geez, he didn't move for a fair while there.
Defensive 50 to not get flustered. We heard Lynch talk about the dewy conditions, so to be clean, to be able to take that.
He might be out.
Still, competing with
Well, not out as in like cold, but like he actually because he was the sub, so like he shouldn't be fatigued. Yeah. Oh shit! So he's done a knee. Damn. Let's go. What does that make it? 17? Or is that the scores now? Oh, okay, apparently that's the scores now, so it's 23 now. So, still 4 goals. 4 goals gets the Giants up by a point. Just got back from watching the 2013-15 Doctors highlights. Oh, man. I did watch a little bit of the game. Was it last? Yeah, last night. That's the thing. I generally had Fremantle, like, I didn't have them, like, serious contenders or anything, but I had them as, like, that sneaky chance to be in the 4, but I think you were even in Drewsy's stream as well too, but when he said that they were like the 3rd youngest list now, that's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's, yeah, whenever you're that young, like the 3rd youngest list, so in terms of age, in terms of oldest, what's that, like 16th oldest list, like you're not gonna, because, I mean, I don't know, in terms of popular opinions, but I would rather take experience than youth any day of the week. As long as the experienced player has a decent, you know, has a decent you know, has some juice left in the orange, if that makes any damn sense. Yeah, like I mean, but no, like yeah, when you're that young, like it's hard to make finals. Yeah, Grundy was amazing, like and he did it for so long too. Like I don't think people fully appreciate like how good that guy was. And then overall, like from a structural point of view, like I still think Lobber's absolutely terrible as a player. But the thing that makes him valuable is that he feels like a very specific need. So if you don't have that need, he makes your club so much better if you have a player like him, regardless on like how he plays. It's kind of like Mason Cox for us, where it's like he's not even like he wouldn't be in the top 100 players, but for the role he plays, he can be, you know, a super important player for that team. But yeah, no, like yeah, as I said, once I saw Drusy was saying that they were the fourth, no, sorry, not fourth, third youngest side. That put it into perspective real quick. And the other thing too, like obviously all due respect, but like, you know, even guys like Andy Brayshaw and you know, all the guys that Freo had that played extremely well. But for you guys to get back up there, they got to then back up that season. And, you know, when you have guys like Mundy and all these guys that are out, like, and then even when you went for your recruits, you went for more of the older sort of types. Which again is obviously was a big sign too. But yeah, no, Fremantle were definitely one I couldn't get a grasp on, like, if they were going to be decent enough. Even though I had plenty of people tell me now that it wasn't the right call to have them in the 4. But yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting a drop as big as that though. But when you see how much experience that had been taken out, like, it's still surprising given what they did last year, but it's not shocking, if that makes any sense. Oh, come on. So how much is it? 22 at the moment. So 4 goals wins it. 4 goals in 10 minutes. I mean, I'm not going to do a BT right now, but it'd be pretty good if they could pull it off. The entertainment value would definitely go through the roof if it did.
Spectacular to Buckley, to Whitfield. Belief still high amongst the Giants. He turned it over to McCluggage.
It's an interesting.
Yeah, Lions have just got to cut time now. They've just got to take every mark, hold it 30 seconds. Every 30 seconds counts. Oh, there you go. So 50 metres for GWS now.
This is an interesting kick because you've got to reference Andrews where he is, and you've got to try and sell to Andrews where you're not kicking it.
And there's Himmelberg right next to him, so he's not going to be the one that's competing with them. So one of maybe he's gone off the line here, which is a good decision. Yeah.
Nice kick to Ward. Hunted down.
Oh, is that going to swing back? No. Oh. I tell you what though, Cadman's looked pretty good today. Has done a few things here and there, but my god, that kid's going to be so good. Himmelberg again.
Ash, you know he wants the corridor.
Oh god, that's a terrible kick from Ash.
Bailey right with him, worries him out of it, pushed him away, heads toward goal, and getting back Buckley. Was it behind anyway, and he knew it.
This will be a hard watch for Chris Fagan. You can see it on his face. So they got
Yeah,
35
jeez.
points and look maybe to be comfortable enough.
So it's back to 22 now.
Big difference between 4 and 2 and 3 and 3. Berry couldn't mark it. Ashcroft the crumb and the poise. Crunch. McCarthy knocked down. Kelly gets the crumb. Back towards Kelly with the 1-2. Dunkley, Wilmot. Scoop over the head from Berry. Missed his target. Haynes, Ward. Still taking it on the orange tsunami.
Oh, come on.
Some space. Cabman held his composure and then went and got his own ball again. Tried to feed it on, lost it.
Come on. There you go. Cameron's going to kick 8. How crazy is that? Like, you wouldn't think it would be so crazy in today's game, but because like it's such a team-oriented sort of like competition now in terms of like tactically how teams go about it. But I ain't gonna lie, it's always good when players kick 8 or players kick anything that's 6+. It's always fun to see. Come on, kick it. Has he missed? Oh, you're kidding.
Still 7 minutes to go, and the Giants are still taking it on. Whitfield heads out wide. Nice delivery to Callahan.
So he's looking in the middle of the ground. So they want to take risks.
Yeah, and these Lions players have to be aware of it, Geordie. They know that they're not going to die wondering here. So
who is this?
They've got the corridor covered here pretty well.
Ralston. Ah, that's right. He's actually bulked up a lot. Actually, was he ever that big in his draft? Like, because he got picked up in the last draft. I don't remember him being that big. Yeah, he's definitely bulked up. Good on him.
They can be a little bit, take their time. He'll be a bit more composed, the Lions. They don't have to play with the urgency that the Giants have to play with. But Starcevic out to his right.
Told to move it on. Heads long. Iden from 4 deep tries to kill it. Cameron intent to take it across.
Well, it's just pretty basic football that's required from Brisbane. More contest is good. Taking marks is good. The ball deep inside your own forward 50 is also a big tick.
Then Danaher works his way to the front. Double-handed pat down. Haynes read his mind. Kicks it out.
Oh, here we go, Giants getting a defense. Oh, they might be alright here. Oh, this is a good hit. Come on. Oh, jeez, that we nearly got a mark inside 50. Oh. Yeah, it looks like Charlie's going to kick 8, surely. Surely he kicks 8 here.
Really critical points, working back hard in defence to try and assist, to not only defend but also try and get the ball back. Lockie Neal, I mean, he's such a good ball winner. And then we see Ashcroft on the wing. You spoke about, there's been a couple of times this quarter where he's been really strong and important in the contest. You can add a third to that.
Come on, Charlie.
It's had the evening of his life.
Yes. Oh, hits the post.
He could have had 10. Starcevic had to be included in that conversation as well. 1 out, Toby Green, the dangerous player on the ground, and he's stood his ground and won the critical one-on-one.
Even 4 goals and 4.5 minutes left. Whitfield blasts it away. Payne got there for the fist. Lyons, Berry to Rich. McCarthy almost held, almost a free. Now he's wrapped up by Cornelio. Half dragged it in, realised and got it out. But more seconds tick down.
And Kennedy's back and looking sore. The sub that's come on and was only there for probably 10, 15 minutes and off with what we think is a bit of a knee injury. So this looks like 24 points now is going to be a pretty tall order with 4 minutes. And Chris Fagan might be frustrated with the way this has gone about, but on reflection, I think he'll respect what the Giants have thrown up today, and he'll work out that this will be a pretty meritorious victory. It may not be as flashy as they've liked, but they've been made to work really hard, and they've been able to get there.
Come on, Ward.
Through that. Peatling.
Because they haven't taken a backward step, the Giants. Not once today. Their effort hasn't wavered. It hasn't reflected the scoreboard. So the scoreboards at times has looked really dangerous, but the effort has been really consistent, and it's just taken a very, very good side to hold them off at this stage.
Yeah, they have been in all their games, the Giants. They haven't been blown off the park, so their competitive nature is there. It's been a tough win for Brisbane, but you're right, the contest, GWS have put up a fight. Well, the uncontested possessions, they've got a handy lead in that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the pressure hasn't been there from Brisbane.
Yeah, the 3 losses by 19, by 10 and by 13 for the Giants. Peatling feeds it back, coming around his body.
Oh, gee, that's a decent grab from Hogan.
And he still believes this was about the moment they started to steal from Hawthorn last week. Can Green manufacture something here? High. Free kick, Starcevic.
And that 80,
did he give him a little one there?
They had 82 more handballs than the Giants, than the Lions, rather. In fact, they've owned the footy. They've almost had 100 more possessions.
That's a bit soft.
Old school Toby. Not much in it, but enough for the 50. Coleman. Heads long. McInerney protect the space and then almost...
You'll probably cop a week for that, to be honest, though.
Lions. Touched. Haynes. Tried to trap it. Callahan, Angwin, caught, dumped. Gunston weaves his way through the traffic.
No goal for you, Danaher.
Kick the ball himself, Jack. You might see a little smile on Fags, not just yet.
Iden turns it over straight to Coleman.
They'll get another chance here. Danaher calling for a deep.
One out with Lockie Whitfield. Wouldn't be a bad bet, but no, probably burn 30 seconds in the process would be just as effective.
Let's finish it off with Charlie Cameron's 8th. If they can, Starcevic back pedals. Sends it along his touch, so the mark won't stand if it's taken. Coming, trying to kick it out of there. McCluggage, a little don't argue. The push off, the bend.
Has he got it? Missed. Damn.
Hasn't been a high possession game from a Brisbane point of view. I mean, Rich has got 25, he's the most, and there's only 3 other players in the 20s.
Haynes, long, Daniels, quick fire handoff, Coleman, Perryman, Kelly, Cornelio.
There they go, John.
Yeah, all good, mate.
Playing the second half particularly, and it's been pretty effective. It's asked lots of questions of Brisbane.
Hogan went long. Green knew what he wanted to do. He just couldn't knock it over the top. Coleman.
Actually, how? What's the?
Inside to Rich.
Damn, I'm not gonna know.
It'll be an 8th loss in a row here at Manuka Oval for the Giants. They lost all 4 here last year. This is the first of
7:25. Yeah, okay. Another 10 more minutes till. So I'll probably only get like maybe a 5-minute break and Then I'll
Zorko. One more for Charlie.
get back on the Geelong Sydney game then.
Gets it. Negotiates his way towards Rayner. Hands it over to Zorko. Pulls the kick. Whitfield got a set of knuckles on it. Still alive for Gunston to try and trap it. Bailey. McCluggage. McKenna. He gets on the board. And he misses.
Well, it's been a really good win, a really solid win, I think. They could win more impressively throughout the course of this year without perhaps being asked as many questions as the Giants asked. And Brisbane, they're a good side. They're a very good footy side. But I think the Giants have found the way they want to play here.
Green. Dumped away from him. Good collect from Himmelberg. The shake off and the spear.
Good. That's a great play from Himmelberg right there. And then Daniels kicks the goal. He's kicked 4, I think, hasn't he? I think, actually, no, he might have 5. I'll see if it updates. Unless it already has. Yeah, 5 seems a bit too much for him, but yeah. So I reckon he's kicked like 3 of the last like 5, I reckon. So
It cost them. I mean, they got hurt pretty badly and turned the footy over a fair bit in their back half last week because they tried to keep going fast. But they looked like they're more effective at it today. They've just come up against a very good side.
4-goal afternoon for Daniels. The dying seconds tick down from the scramble. Perriman feeds it out. Gets it to Kelly. Rare fumble from him. And a tough day at the office. 3 wins in a row for the Lions.
there we go. So what's that? 21 points in the end.
4 wins, 2 losses now for Chris Fagan.
Yeah, you'd think the Lions would now be able to get a bit of a run on now.
I think they'll be going pretty deep into September. 2 teams are at different stages of their development. One under a new coach who have now lost, maybe their most important player, in Sam Taylor, for a period of time. So we understand that this is going to take some time, but the signs are good for the Giants today. I think the way they played in the second half, particularly their willingness to run and share.
Alright, that is Brisbane or GWS and Brisbane now done. Yeah, when is isn't it 7:25? The other one starts. Yeah, okay, shit. So we got to probably end this soon. Happy birthday, mate. You're about 2 months too late, Shannon. Don't know why you're saying happy birthday now. In fact, I'm actually gonna change the streams because I'm gonna do the Geelong Sydney game. So I'll basically head off and I'll be back in a few minutes. All right. And yeah, I might even get actually a quick snack actually. Who knows? We'll see. But no, I'll be back in hopefully in 5 minutes before the Geelong game starts or Geelong Sydney game starts. And we'll go from there, alright? Alright, I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Alright, yeah, if you like the stream, please like the stream. If you want more of my content, please subscribe. And I would like to thank all of you guys for watching. And, yeah, make sure to stay tuned for more future content. Yeah, I've completely butchered that. But anyway, yeah, that's it for the stream, guys. And, yeah, that's it for me. Alright, see you guys.